Yo, it's raining its ass off. This morning, welcome to Kletus Roadside, sir. It's raining its ass off. This morning I got up and I was like, oh, looks like the rain's going to quit. And I look up the forecast, it said it's going to rain the rest of the fucking day. But this morning, my ride in would have been fine. But my ride home would have been a little not fine. So I decided to drive the pickup truck. And I did, and went well. It's like if you drive the shit out of the truck, it runs fine. But if you try to just drive it easy on the way home, it likes to cut out and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was not bad. Not bad at all. Um, I ran a roll off truck. I talked about it, about what I thought we were gonna do. Well, we were in a little curb. Jesus Christ, he fucking hit that curb bad. Uh, oh, I guess it's my turn to go. I think my tongue weight's a little low. Here we go. Where are we going? I need to make sure I pay attention to the directions on the map. Today. Well, let's just talk about yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, I grabbed a roll off truck, went out. This motherfucker forgot bread again. I think I might have brought that up. I already knew that he didn't bring bread, but this motherfucker, I had to eat heels, okay? Because I bring my own bread. But I had just left just enough bread, including heels, for 2 sandwiches. And then he's like, I got your bread. And then he didn't bring me no fucking bread. He'd been eating my sandwiches for 3 weeks. Let's just call it 8 weeks now. I really don't know how many sandwiches I've given that motherfucker. And then his wife was like, I was like, hey, because he texted me, he's like, I'm gonna go to the store get lunch meat. I was like, I got lunch meat. Don't bring me lunch meat. Lunch meat's gonna go bad before we use it. But bread and pickles would be cool. Okay, I said. And you remember the kind of pickles you ate that were fucking delicious? Yeah, I don't expect some trash, always save, great value fucking pickles, okay? I expect to have good quality pickles for sandwiches. Okay. And then he showed up and then he didn't have the bread. He said he got bread and pickles. And I said, oh, you got the famous Dave pickles. Nice. He's like, no, my wife said they're too expensive. They weren't too expensive when you were eating them. When you were shoving them in your fat face, they weren't too expensive then, were they? When they were coming out of my pocket, they weren't too expensive. Okay? God damn, dude. So that motherfucker is useless. And then he brought the shit today, and he called me. He's like, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "We're not going on the job today. Are you fucking insane? It's raining its ass off, lightning, thundering." And the guy said we weren't going to be able to do it until he said, "Be out here by 10:30." And then later on, he said, "Nah, never mind. Let's just not do it at all." I'm like, "Okay." And my boss was like, "God damn it." So then me and this other dude were sitting around the shop, ain't got nothing to do today. He said, "Go clean up trucks, man. Go clean up some trucks." I said, "All right." And the other guy, he said, "Go do trash. Pick up some trash." So well, I go down. I grabbed the Polaris side by side, and I'm running around on that because I'm like, fuck all that walking. Fuck all that walking. I'm taking the Polaris. So I grabbed the Polaris and I'm driving around. I start picking up just trash off the ground. I'm just driving around the yard, and anywhere I see like a old water bottle or a plastic sack or what, I don't know, just shit all over the ground. I'm picking it all up. And and then I get down to the lower building, and there's a bunch of random buckets of oil. So I get them all collected, and there's a guy running around. They ain't got nothing to do today either. So they're just running around sucking up random shit around the shop, and then gonna take it to to the offload place. And so they get the buckets taken care of. And then my boss calls me. He says, hey, that truck that those guys flooded out and ruined the engine on, I need you to load it up on a trailer and take it down to Springfield, Missouri. I said, all right. And he said, clean it out before you go, too. I don't want to leave anything in there. There should only be, like, the stuff that came with the truck and the booklet. He's like, there's nothing else should go with the truck. Because he doesn't want, us leaving a bunch of equipment in the truck and then it's going to disappear. Not that really, I mean, I don't know. People leave shit in trucks all the time. They'll take a pickup truck out to a job site. They'll load it up with all kinds of shit, and then they're done. They just park the truck at the shop, and then the next guy uses it. He might clean it up, but most likely no. He's just gonna add shit to it. Maybe he'll use some of the shit. I don't know. But I asked this guy, the sandwich motherfucker. I said, "Hey, you need to help me load this truck up." Because it's going to take 2 people to load this motherfucker up. And it's in the rain. It's raining its ass off. Luckily, we got a tilt deck trailer with a winch on it, so I was able to winch it up onto the trailer. And I could have done it by myself, but it's easier just to have somebody steer and sit in it and be able to hit the brakes and put it in park, rather than me having to jump up and down and shit. But before we did that, my boss was like, clean it out. So I said, all right. And I say, hey, I need to get that truck loaded up. I need to clean it out. And I would have been perfectly fine. I would have expected everything, but he's like, no, I already cleaned it out. I'm like, what? So yeah. After it broke, me and the other guy, we already cleaned it out. Oh, really? You guys cleaned it out? Like cleaned it out? He's like, yeah. We got everything out of there. Bullshit. And I thought that immediately. And I probably said it too. Bullshit. There ain't no way you clean that fucking thing out. When we talk about cleaning a truck out, we don't mean just the shit that you put in it or the shit that was in there for the job that you needed. We're talking about cleaning it the fuck out. I am sliding. I need over, you fat hoe. These fucking bitches. Get out of the fucking way. Move your asses. This Dodge is pissing me the fuck off. Tell you that right now. He just keeps getting right next to my trailer and just staying right there. Get the fuck out of the way, man. What are you doing? So I go to the truck and open it up, and yeah, there's trash all in the floorboard. There's multiple cases of water that had been ripped open, and there's only a couple left, so they threw another case in there, and then another case, and another case, and then there's just bottles of water all over the place. But if the bottle is too dirty, nobody's going to drink it. So these are just trash now. The water inside's clean, but people won't drink them if the outside's too dirty. I don't know. They're prissy motherfuckers is what they are. Oh, you want over? Why are you in the fast lane? Way over there, if that's the exit you need to take. Jesus Christ. Just jump over 4 lanes, but why don't you? So, yeah, there's all kinds of shit. There's 3 different rain suits in the floorboard. There's not HEPA, little air filters for some supplied air mask or just full face respirators. There's tools and shit in the toolbox. There's bottles of shit. There's shit underneath the toolbox, and yeah, I don't expect them to clean out underneath the toolbox, but if I'm going to clean this fucking truck out, I'm going to clean this goddamn truck out. I'm getting under the seats, lifting up the back seats, open up the glove box and all the compartments and everything. I'm getting everything cleaned up, put where it's supposed to go. And then I throw all the shit right out on the ground in the rain, just throw it on the ground. And that one dude, he's like, "Where'd you get all that stuff?" I was like, "This is the truck you cleaned out. Yeah, this is the truck that you cleaned out. Pick it all up." He's like, "Where does all that stuff go?" I'm like, "Wherever the fuck it goes, dude. I don't know. Figure it out, dude." So he helped me get the truck loaded up, and then I fucking left. I said, "I ain't got time to sit around here and fucking sort through and walk all this shit around. Your job today is now to clean up all the shit that you were supposed to clean out of the goddamn truck a week ago." Got the truck loaded up. Now this is a F-250 crew cab long bed 4-wheel drive work truck edition, but it does have backup camera. I don't know. I think that's just standard now. But the mechanic had removed a lot of the engine parts, or like the top end of the engine, the intake, and all that shit. So all that shit was in the bed. After I cleaned out the toolbox, I put all that shit in the toolbox. Oh, and then also I'm taking it to the main branch, even though Kansas City is the main branch. Uh, they wanted they needed a piece of equipment because we have a lot more storage than anybody else. So they wanted some sort of a intrinsically safe pump or something. I don't know. It's a big fucking metal thing that was up on the shelf, and I had to take it down and shove it in the cab. And luckily, it fit in the back seat because it's raining, and this thing doesn't look like it should be in the rain. So it's inside the cab. That's all nice and good. Got the truck loaded up. Got the chain hooked up. Now that motherfucker, I'm like, dude, put the chain through the hook. It don't fit. I'm like, God damn it. So I go over there, pull the cotter pin out, take the hook off the chain, put the chain through the tail, put the cotter pin back in. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, I guess I don't really expect him to understand all that quite yet. So I wasn't real butthurt about that, but still, it's just like, man, I wish I could just ask you to do something and you would just know how to do it. That'd be cool. He's like, "You're teaching me." I'm like, you better start fucking taking notes, man. You better start taking notes. People don't mind training people, but I don't want to be training somebody every fucking day on the same shit, you know? It's like you should have learned this by now, or just like I need somebody with a little bit of common sense. And he's not bad actually. He's gonna be good. He's just a young kid, is what it is. But he's gonna be all right. And I told him, I was like, tomorrow you should leave your bread at home. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, leave the bread at home tomorrow. Because you're gonna go out on a job site with me tomorrow, and you really want to just end this bickering back and forth. Are you tired of hearing about me complaining about the bread? It's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you're not done hearing me complain about bread. You need to leave the bread at home so I can fucking cuss your ass out again tomorrow. I'm ready. I want to cuss your ass out. Leave the bread at home. And I promise you, if you bought decent pickles, go back to the store, return them, and get some always safe so I can talk shit on your fucking pickles too. I'm like, come on, man. I'm okay either way. Either I'm gonna get what I fucking want, or I'm gonna complain about it. Either way, I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna bring my own shit. I don't rely on fucking anybody for anything. I have a half a loaf of bread at home that I've been waiting to bring. And I didn't bring it today because I knew we weren't going on that job, and I figured I would end up either doing shop work or something else where I could go out and get some food. Because I don't know, sandwiches are good, but I'm kind of tired of sandwiches. I did eat sandwiches yesterday. Yesterday I stopped off at that truck stop and went in. They had a breakfast burrito. It was hot as fuck, but it was delicious. And then grabbed a cup of coffee. And then I went out to the job site, worked the job site, and then there wasn't really time to take off to go get lunch. So I just ate my sandwiches. They were just mayo and meat sandwiches, which is kind of boring. And that I also forgot to bring cheese and all that other good shit today. So they were going to be, again, boring sandwiches today. So I decided I'm going to leave all my shit at the shop, and I'm going to stop along the way somewhere and go get me some food. I'm going to stop somewhere and get some food. I'm in a pickup truck. I do have a trailer, but I could still fit this in better in more places than like a semi or even a roll-off truck. I can still get into places. So I'm gonna get me some food somewhere. I don't know. Might hit up a Brahms or something. Brahms is actually cheap and good. They're like really good burgers. Might hit that up. You can get like a bag of 10 burgers for like $5. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but you can get a bag of burgers for really cheap. Now I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to eat that much. But they have it for the families, because it's a family type place. So like, just buy a bag of burgers. Everybody gets their own ice cream, bag of burgers. Boom. You're not spending a lot of money. You can come here and eat. And they have a grocery store on the inside, and it's all like Brahms branded stuff because it's like an ice cream shop. So they have their own creamery or something. So they got cheeses and milk and other stuff. But they also have bread and I mean, it's a whole grocery store. And so yeah, today just driving down south, gonna hit up Springfield and then turn around and head back. So I got the did I already talk about it? I got the dash cam set up in my truck. I got like it's like a little tripod, but it's got bendy legs, and so I wrapped it around my rear view mirror, and so it's got a really nice view. And I brought in some extra batteries and stuff so I can record. I just because I've always wanted a dash cam, but why do I need to get a different camera? I think one that would plug in and be there all the time would be better, but I'll just use this camera. This camera will just go everywhere with me, so then everything's all on one SD card. And I plan on just deleting all the shit. I'm recording everything just in case something happens on the road. I can have a record of it. But if nothing happens, I'm not gonna be flooding my YouTube with pointless videos of me just driving around. I'm not trying to do that. Now I did flood it with dirt bike videos because I thought that's something new and interesting that's going on right now, and I'll probably still post them up, but I might just I might do a little bit of editing to the new ones that I might be putting out. But I don't have any to put out. I did record my ride yesterday. I haven't even looked at it yet because I didn't want to sit down at the computer and fucking sit there all fucking day. After I got home. Oh, and yesterday I got home. Well, I took an odd way home because I left at 5:30, and I was like, traffic is fucking horrible. I am not going. As long as I'm not sitting in traffic, I think I'll be all right. So I took a little bit of highway, but then I took side roads the rest of the way home. Well, I did. I guess I did take 69 down south through the construction zone. I got off on 135th, and then took that over, which turns into 150 highway. But I got off and I went back into some neighborhoods and around and all over, and then I was like, I forgot. My daughter has cheerleading today. My wife told me where it was. I bet you they're there right now. I bet you I can make it there in time. So went over there and I rolled in, got all my gear taken off, went inside and sat down. My wife was sitting right there, my son. She's like, "Are you taking him?" I was like, "No, I'm on a dirt bike. I can't take him." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "I wanted to come watch her do cheerleading too." So watched her shoot. My daughter was super excited to have me there. She said, "This is the only one that we can watch." She said, "Every other one, they're gonna lock the doors and parents got to stay outside." until they're ready because they don't want any distractions and stuff. I said, oh, okay. That'll work. Well, good thing I made it because that's the only one I'm going to get to watch other than like competitions or whatever. And she's 4. It's not like they're doing anything really exciting. They're just like, go crazy. Now stop. They're just playing stop and go. But they're going to get pom-poms and everything, and they're just going to have a good time. Really excited for her. And it's all girls. And my daughter is just a girly girl. So getting her involved with a girl-only deal is going to be fun. Because she felt like she was kind of missing out with Levi doing the karate and stuff. So got her going, got her in something. Karate is a mixed bag of people, but not cheerleading. Cheerleading's all girls, so I'm sure she's happy. Is that the same fucking Dodge that has been in my way? Why are you in the fast lane? Why am I passing you on the right? Motherfuckers. So yeah, it was really cool. And then whenever I got in there, they're like, that guy rode a motorcycle in, and I was like, yeah, I did. Yep, rode me a motorcycle in here. I'm just a fucking motorcycle man. You know, kids and motorcycles, they just look up to people. If you ride in on a motorcycle, you're the coolest fucking guy in the world. And my kids get to say, that's my dad. I don't know, probably inflating my head a little bit on that. Probably making me feel too cool. Even though I'm a fat guy, I had to keep tucking my shirt into my belt so it doesn't fly up and people see my hairy ass crack riding down the highway. Don't need that. What else is going on? Is there anything else going on, guys? There's a volcano that erupted. I started looking it up. There's like 75 volcanoes that erupted last year, the total of the year. And there's like 15 of them that were new. And we're halfway through the year now. And there's already been like 50 some with 11 new. And we're only halfway through the year. So I don't know what's going on. Are we going to have volcanic eruptions all the time? I don't know. But there was a tourist had to flee, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know I really had to look it up. But like, was this a random act, or I feel like scientists should know when these things are about to blow, you know? Because that's a lot of energy underground that just gets shot straight up into the sky. I feel like people would know. You know, they're like, oh, there's stress cracks right here. It's gonna go soon. Maybe not let all the tourists in. Of course, semi, you get over into the exit lane that I knew you weren't gonna take, because semis don't take that exit. And as soon as I get up next to you, you got to get over again. Damn grain haulers. Get back out on the farm, you fucking farm fuck. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Farmers Feed America. Thank you, sir. Thank you for hauling, I don't know, probably some useless shit like canola. Canola, oh, it's got a market, but I don't know if you guys want to ever look into it. I mean, the types of oil that you use, corn oil, not good. Canola oil, not good. Vegetable oil isn't even, I don't know what vegetable that shit came from, but it ain't no good. I think peanut oil, avocado oil, olive oil are the only ones that you should really be using. The other ones are really bad for you. And even the good ones that I just talked about, they can be bad also. But I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that's saying, "Oh, every food is bad," because I eat a lot of bad shit. But when it comes to oil, I'm like, I'm not eating anything in vegetable oil. That's for fucking sure. And canola oil, yeah, it's cheaper, and it maybe tastes okay, but it's not good. It is not good for you. Peanut oil is The reason people don't use a lot of peanut oil is because of all these fucking allergies. But who in the 1800s had peanut allergies? Where the fuck did those come from? Tree nut allergies. What the fuck is going on here? Need some clarity on this. And where the fuck do peanuts come from, anyways? I guess I don't know. Peanut. Where do peanuts come from? They come from a tree. And what are they? Are they seeds? I don't know. I feel like I've dropped peanuts in my yard before, and I ain't got no peanut plants. So that ain't right. What else is going on? Not a whole lot. Just living life. I did download Saints Row. I had on the PlayStation. I selected it for it was a free monthly game back when I was doing that, and then I deleted it, and then I quit doing the monthly subscription because it's like $11 a month, and I don't play every month, so I deleted it. But I just got it back because I wanted to play Grand Theft Auto Online to see what stuff I had on Grand Theft Auto, and my son likes to play it, but he doesn't play online, so I don't need it. But yeah, I got the PlayStation Plus thing again, so then I could go through and I could download the game. So now I can delete PlayStation Plus, and I don't know if it's going to take that game away or not. But Saints Row I had so much fun on that game back in the day. You know, the graphics are way worse than Grand Theft Auto, but it's more of a Grand Theft Auto type of game than Grand Theft Auto, really. So I don't know, but I might try to play it again. I'm bouncing right now. Oh man. Um. Yeah. Just that's about it. So I'll be back later. I'm gonna talk more later. I've been about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna pause it and I'll be back on my way back home. Goodness. So I already almost hit somebody on the fucking highway. I was on the phone with the guy, and this fucking Ford piece of shit car. I'm getting up on the highway. I'm a truck and a trailer, and I had enough room to get over, and this fucking Ford piece of shit runs up right next to me. Like, I had plenty of room to come over. I started to come over, and then they floored it right up into where I was coming, and then they honked at me. So I bumped the line a couple more times. You know, just squiggle that trailer right over next to their fucking door, just to know, just to let them know that they need to back the fuck off. Okay, I had room to get on the highway, and then you're in the fucking way. In other news, I got a phone call from this guy saying, "Hey, I'm supposed to be going with you today." I like this guy, kind of. He's a good guy. He's he's a good guy. I don't know. He's he's just so slow. He will stand there and you'll feel like you need to explain every little thing to him, and he'll sit there and he'll take it all. And he'll be like, "Okay, okay, 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 okay." And it's like, "Hold on, do I need to explain all this to you, or do you understand this?" "Okay, okay, okay." I'm like, "Hold on, do you know what you're doing today?" "Okay, okay." I'm like, "All right, you got to find a truck to hook up to your trailer." "Okay, okay." I'm like, will he do it? I don't know. This guy, he's super slow though, by the way. Because I had one of the other offices over in Tulsa. I had showed up out there and I dropped off 2 dumpsters and picked up 2 dumpsters. And the one guy came over. He's like, "Man, you are way faster than the other guy." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, the other guy, he wouldn't have anything even off the trailer yet." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, he'd still be over here fucking with shit." It's like, "I can't believe you got them off that fast." I'm like, I took a phone call in the middle of taking these off. It's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Oh, god damn it." So I got this guy. I'm hoping he's gonna work out. He seems like an alright guy. Seems like an alright guy. I trained him how to drive a 10-speed. And he did kill it a couple of times, but at least he was getting it down the road. And then he got his license. He's got his license now. Now, I did not know that he got his hazmat endorsement. So this should be interesting. I hope he can do the job good. But this is just another wonderful, wonderful chance for me to train another guy on how to do a very simple job. And I'm not gonna count him out quite yet. I'm not gonna count. He might be fucking badass. But I will say, I worked with him recently, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, and he dropped his box on the ground. Now, that's okay. I mean, he didn't drop his box. He just set it down on the ground and unhooked his winch cable. And I was just like, "Why did you do that?" He's like, "Oh, just because." I'm like, "Leave your winch cable connected, bud." "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Just you're just doing extra steps for no reason, but it also shows me that you might not quite understand what the fuck is going on here. You drop your box, it's a roll-off truck. So you drop your box and then but you leave the winch connected. You drop it all the way down to the ground so the skid steer can load you up, and then the skid steer loads you up, and then you load the box back up. You don't even have to get out of the fucking truck because everything's still hooked up and connected, and everything's in the same exact position." And he started doing that. That was good. But when I met him at the dump. He got loaded and went to the dump. I got loaded and then I went to the dump. They didn't load me like super fast or anything, but I saw him at the dump, and I mean, maybe it was just a long line. I don't know, but I don't. This guy isn't Speedy Gonzalez. Okay, I don't think he's Mexican at all. But I'm working with him today, and he can prove me wrong. He can be the shining star of the day, which would be wonderful. I need a shining star. Because, tell you what, this other fucking guy, I betcha, something is gonna oh, I'm gonna get to the shop. He's about, "A fucking mouse got into my bread." And I'm gonna say, "I know. Of course. With you, it's always something. It's never nothing. It's always something with you and your fucking bread, dude. I knew from the get-go I would never see any sandwich supplies out of your ass. I'd like to, but I'm never going to see sandwich supplies out of your ass. Okay? Not even the fucking pickles. Something's going to happen. You say, I got hungry and this is all I had. I was dehydrated. Wrong. You just fucking hate me. You hate me, man. So I brought my own bread and cheese, but only 2 slices of cheese. Though that's my fucking cheese. If he wanted cheese so bad, if he wanted sandwiches so bad, he should have brought his own fucking sandwiches. Does he not know by now that he can bring his own shit? I don't think he knows. I think he thinks this is the way all the job sites work, is that somebody will bring food for me. Things will be fine. People always feed me when I go out on job sites. I'm enabling. I'm an enabler. I don't want to be an enabler no more. Look at this fucking Volvo. They said, I'm going to fly up and cut everybody off, and then now I'm important. I still got his blinker on. Says, I'm important. I can cut everybody. I can fly up the off ramp and hop back on the highway because it's my right, because I drive a Volvo. I mean, maybe I'd probably feel the same way if I was driving a Volvo. I'd probably be like, dude, I'm driving a Volvo. Okay? I'm better than you. Okay? Tea time is at 10:15. Okay? I play golf because I drive a Volvo. I also have tight pants and ride a bicycle. Yeah, I look like I'm in a race, but it's really just to be with my gay friends. I like to look at my gay friends' butts on my bicycle. I drive a Volvo, okay? Trying to think of anything else a fucking Volvo man would say. He wouldn't say it's time for a dip of skull. I'll tell you that right now. And I'm driving, I mean, usually I drive a Chevy or a Suzuki. Right now I'm in a Ford, but it's not mine, okay? I don't drive Ford. I get Fords are all right. In my yesteryears, I used to be way against Fords. My first car was a Ford. My second car was a Ford. And my fifth car was a Ford. And my fourth car was a third. Fourth car was a Ford. Sorry, just threw a dip in it, so settling in. I've had Fords, and my dad really tried to get me to hop in another Ford. Whenever we were looking for trucks, he's like, "We can find badass trucks for $5,000 here. Check these out." And he sent me a bunch of Craigslist listings. This was when Craigslist was all you had. You had Craigslist and the newspaper. Okay, that's where you found your vehicles. And we did find a lot of them in the newspaper. We took out some ads in the newspaper trying to sell some shit too. Okay, that used to be a thing. The classifieds were a thing in the newspaper. Um, he kept sending me Fords, and I said, no, I don't want a Ford. I'm a Chevy guy. And he's like, you don't even know what you want to be yet. I'm like, I want to be a Chevy guy. I need a Chevy. Because my very first car ever was a Ford, an 89 Ford Thunderbird. pretty badass, except I only drove it once up and down the street, and then it got totaled and stolen from me, which is odd that family would total your car and then sell it without your permission after you just spent years, not years, but maybe a year putting it back together with your dad. And then they just take it. They're like, oh, I'll take it home and fix it. And then they sell it. And then I got my first like official car that I was driving around after I got my license was a Ford Aerostar minivan, short wheelbase, electronic four-wheel drive with the seats removed out of the back. And it was a shaggin' wagon. I never shagged in that wagon, but it was, you had lots of room for shagging, but you would need to bring a blanket or something because there's like nails and what's that stain, there's stuff all over inside. It was a fun van. I'll tell you that right now. I got that thing up on two wheels on multiple occasions. Okay. And I jumped it a lot. I jumped the minivan a lot. And one time I jumped it and it broke. So then I got another Ford Thunderbird. My dad had found a Ford Thunderbird for sale at the car wash down the street from my house, my mom's house. $600 make you holla. Ford Thunderbird V6, not a Super Coupe, nothing special other than it was rear-wheel drive, which was cool. But it was so slow. But I would still drift that motherfucker around. It was fun. It had a foot pedal emergency brake. Not a fan of that. But if you just hold the release, you can still use it as to kick that motherfucker around corners and shit. And then I bought some other stuff, and then I had sold a truck. My first Chevy, I sold my first Chevy, and then I bought a Ford Ranger. So my first 4 vehicles, 3 of them were Fords. And then I've not owned a Ford ever since. What have I owned? I've only owned Chevys ever since. Right? Yeah. Pretty sure. I don't think I've owned anything else. Any other foreigns. Nothing. Other than the Suzuki, I've owned Chevys the rest of my life. It's always been Chevys. Just because I feel like Chevys are the best ones. And the easiest to work on. And the ones that make the most sense. Okay? They're easy to follow along with. The Fords, I guess they're pretty easy to follow along with also. They just, I don't know, something about the F-150 and their power steering pump, and it whines all the fucking time, and I don't like it, and I don't like the doors. I don't like the mirrors being in the middle of the door right there. I mean, I guess my Chevy has got the mirror. The wing window on the Ford is bigger. So in the mirror, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I did see a Ford yesterday that I would buy if they were selling it for $20 and I had 30. I'd say, hey, here's 30. Just keep the change, and I would have bought this Ford. But I only if it was like for $30. I think that's about all I could get away with the wife. It's like 30, $40. I could show up with another vehicle, and she'd be like, she might be excited that I did that. I don't know. Probably not, because of my house is kind of full of vehicles right now, and I don't know. Anyways, it was a Ford Bronco. Somebody had a Ford Bronco, like a early 80s Ford Bronco. I don't even know the year of Fords enough, but I'd say an 86 Ford Bronco with a fucking light bar on the top and a removable top. I saw it, and it was lifted up on some probably 35s, and I was like, damn, I like that a lot. That's about all I got to say about that. I just saw it in passing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. For me, for really, realistically, for trucks and vehicles like cars and stuff, I think I'm done. I don't need anything else unless a 71, 1970 to 71 Monty shows up and the guy really wants to get rid of it. I don't know. I might do some things to get the 71 Monty, but I'm also not a car guy. Not a not a car guy, and I don't like going too fast, which is great because 71 Monties is at least in the condition that I'd be getting them in. They might not move at all, and if they do move, it ain't fast. I'll tell you that right now. But a 71 Monty, oh boy, that's my dream car. My dream truck is sitting in my driveway. It's a 79 Silverado. I mean, it's a Scottsdale, but a 79 Chevy truck, not the 79. I prefer 78 and below, but you know, you're going to work with what you got. And I can swap out headlight bezels and boom, it's a 78 basically. You know, that's the only thing about that truck that I'm like, I wish it wasn't like that, is the headlight bezels. That's about it. All right, that was my boss. He said, "What the hell did you tell that one dude, that new dude?" There we go. And another phone call. There, there's a couple of dogs running loose over here. They meet up and they have a good time. Chihuahua and a McDoodle or something. Anyways, I'm at the shop. I'm gonna get whatever episode I need to be put out. Put out. I think it's this episode. So I'm gonna try to get it put out. Anyways, keep all 18 down. Adios. We'll talk to you later.